It was a stormy night, rain pouring relentlessly as if the sky itself was weeping. I had just started my shift as a food delivery driver, hoping to make some extra cash. My first order came in, a small note accompanying it, delivery to 777 Elm Street. Don't forget the extra sauce. The address gave me a strange feeling, but I brushed it off as mere nerves. As I pulled up to the address, I noticed the house was old and decrepit, its windows shattered and covered with grime. The front yard was overgrown with weeds, casting strange shadows in the dim light. I hesitated for a moment, but the promise of a tip made me decide to go through with it. I walked up to the door, my steps echoing in the stillness of the night. I knocked, and the door creaked open slightly, revealing a dimly lit interior. "Hello," I called out, my voice quivering slightly. No response. The note had instructed me to enter without ringing the doorbell, so I cautiously pushed the door open further. The air inside was heavy with an unsettling silence, broken only by the faint sound of dripping water. I stepped in, my footsteps echoing through the empty hallway. As I walked further, I noticed strange symbols scrawled on the walls in what looked like red paint. A shiver ran down my spine, but I told myself it was just a prank. I followed the dim light, which led me to the kitchen. There, I found an old table with a single chair and a plate of food sitting on it. The smell was overpowering, a mixture of rotten meat and something metallic. The extra sauce mentioned in the note was there, but it was a thick, dark substance that didn't look like any sauce I'd ever seen. Suddenly, a creaking sound echoed from the hallway, causing me to jump. I turned and saw a figure standing there, obscured by the shadows. My heart raced as I strained my eyes to see who it was. "Who's there?" I called out, my voice trembling. The figure stepped into the light, revealing a man with wild eyes and a disheveled appearance. His lips curled into a sinister smile. "You came," he said, his voice a raspy whisper. "I've been waiting for you." Fear gripped me as I realized this wasn't just a normal delivery. Something was very wrong here. I took a step back, my instincts urging me to run, but my legs felt like lead. "I need to go," I stammered, my voice barely audible. The man's smile grew wider, and he started moving towards me, each step deliberate and haunting. "You can't leave now," he hissed, his eyes never leaving mine. "You're here for a reason." Panicking, I turned and bolted for the door, my heart pounding in my chest. The hallway seemed to stretch endlessly, and the symbols on the walls seemed to writhe as if alive. Just as I reached the front door, it slammed shut with a loud bang, trapping me inside. I pounded on the door, screaming for help, but the only response was chilling laughter that seemed to come from all directions. The lights flickered, casting strange shadows that danced around me. The man's voice echoed in my ears, whispering words I couldn't understand, but that filled me with a sense of dread. As the laughter grew louder, I felt a presence closing in on me, as if the very walls were squeezing the air out of my lungs. I collapsed to the floor, my vision blurring as darkness enveloped me, and then everything went silent. When I woke up, I was outside the house, soaked from the rain. The door was wide open, the symbols on the walls now gone. The plate of food and the man were nowhere to be seen. I stumbled to my motorbike, my mind in a haze, and drove away as fast as I could. To this day, I can't explain what happened that night. Was it a hallucination? A nightmare? Or did I truly experience something otherworldly in that house? One thing is certain, I'll never forget the haunting sensation of being trapped in a nightmare that felt all too real.